What if I told you that millions of perfectly good food products are thrown away every year because people misunderstand one small date printed on the package? You've probably opened your refrigerator, looked at a carton of milk, a container of yogurt, or a package of bread, noticed the expiration date, and immediately assumed it was no longer safe to eat. But here's the surprising truth. Many of those dates don't actually mean the food has expired at all. So what do expiration dates really mean, and should you always trust them? Let's find out. The first thing to understand is that not every date printed on food packaging is an actual expiration date. In fact, most of the dates you see are not about safety. They're usually about quality. Manufacturers place these dates on products to indicate when the food is expected to be at its best flavor, texture, freshness, or appearance. One of the most common labels is the best buy date. This date tells consumers when the manufacturer believes the product will have the highest quality. After this date passes, the food may gradually lose some freshness or flavor, but it is often still perfectly safe to consume if it has been stored properly. Another common label is the use-by date. This date is generally the manufacturer's recommendation for when the product should be used to enjoy the best quality. Many people mistakenly interpret it as a strict safety deadline, but in most cases it is still primarily related to quality rather than spoilage. You may also see a sell-by date on certain products. This date is mainly intended for retailers, not consumers. It helps stores manage inventory and ensure products are sold while they are still fresh. A product can often remain safe to eat for days or even weeks after the sell-by date, depending on the type of food and how it has been stored. The reason these labels create so much confusion is that there is no universal system governing most food date labels. Different manufacturers may use different wording and different methods to determine dates. As a result, consumers often assume that any printed date means immediate danger once that date passes, even though that is rarely the case. Food spoilage is actually influenced by many factors beyond the printed date. Temperature, storage conditions, packaging integrity, moisture levels, and exposure to air all play major roles in determining how long food remains safe and enjoyable. A product stored correctly in a consistently cold refrigerator may last significantly longer than the date on the package suggests. For example, dry foods such as pasta, rice, crackers, and cereal often remain usable long after their best buy dates. While they may lose some texture or flavor over time, they usually do not suddenly become unsafe. Similarly, canned foods can often remain safe for extended periods if the can remains undamaged and properly stored. That said, expiration dates should not be ignored completely. Certain foods are more perishable and require extra caution. Fresh meat, seafood, poultry, and some dairy products can support the growth of harmful bacteria if not stored correctly. In these cases, proper refrigeration and careful inspection become especially important. One of the most reliable tools for evaluating food is still your own senses. If food develops an unusual smell, strange texture, visible mold, discoloration, or signs of spoilage, it should be discarded regardless of what the printed date says. On the other hand, food that looks, smells, and tastes normal may still be fine even if the quality date has already passed. The misunderstanding of expiration dates contributes significantly to food waste around the world. Millions of tons of food are discarded every year simply because consumers believe the printed date represents a strict safety deadline. This not only wastes food, but also wastes the resources used to grow, process, transport, and package it. Manufacturers choose dates conservatively because they want customers to experience their products at peak quality. A customer who eats a stale cracker or less flavorful cereal may blame the brand, even if the product remains safe. As a result, many dates are designed to protect brand quality rather than indicate the exact moment a food becomes unsafe. The next time you reach for a product and notice a date on the package, remember that it is often a guide, not a countdown timer. Understanding the difference between best buy, use by, sell by, and true expiration dates can help you make smarter decisions, reduce unnecessary waste, and save money. Food doesn't magically transform from safe to dangerous the moment the calendar reaches a certain day. In many cases, the real story is far more complicated than the label suggests. The key is to combine the information on the package with proper storage, common sense, and careful observation. Once you understand what expiration dates really mean, you'll never look at those tiny printed numbers the same way again.